Everything all right? Blow them away. I suddenly couldn't see clearly back there and ended up startling that monster. I'm so sorry. Are you feeling better now? Yeah, I think I'm fine now. Great. It's slowing down. Looks like those shoulder-looking parts are its weakness.
Crystallo of Stella. Look at its beauty. No wonder everyone wants a piece of it. What a commotion I just heard. So it was you guys that took out that giant thing? Impressive!
Outsider! How come the Crystallo is in your hands? It was my little minion who first...
It was just lying there with no one's name tag on it, wasn't it? Come on. In our line of work, there's no such thing as dibs. And you're new here, right? Someone has to teach you this lesson, and that someone just happened to be me today. Consider this Crystallo as tuition, shall we?
Please give it back. That Crystallo is important to her, and to all of us. Since you refuse to be a reasonable person, this conversation is over.
Easy, kiddo. Don't get mad.
That's the spirit! Come on, get him!
Whoa! Calm down. There's no need to resort to violence. What do you say we split it 50-50? Sound fair? Got a bit of a temper, have we? Perhaps you could talk some sense into your friend, young lady.
Sure, but I'm not really familiar with the way you Phoxhunters handle things.
No worries. You're a polite girl. I forgive you.
We're sorry for not knowing the rules. So, as an apology, Mr. Outsider, we'll let you make the first strike.
What? Hold on. Even if it's 2-on-1, there's no guarantee you can beat me, am I right? Wait a sec, I'm telling you I'm really strong. No Phoxhunter around Icelake can best me. Ever heard of Chief Sibylle? I'm a match for her. You certainly match me in big talk, that's for sure. All right. I was joking around, trying to lighten the mood, you know.
This crafty mutt ears is trying to pull more tricks.
You call the shots in your little crew, right? Tell me, why did you guys go to all this trouble for this Crystallo? I knew it. Well, that makes things easier. I need this Crystallo for my own reasons, but if it's silver coins you're after, I can match that amount. If you've got a moment, I'd like to explain. Are you free tonight?
Oh, that's easy. With Snow as a witness, he won't be able to weasel out. Besides, Camilla mentioned he's got a terrifying relative at home he's really scared of. Just threaten to air his dirty laundry right on his doorstep, and he'll be begging for mercy in no time.
Mercy, please, your Demon King. You can rest assured, everyone at the Asphodel knows me. Well, I've still got things to take care of here. You kids can go ahead without me.
What are you up to?
See these packs? If it hadn't been for this monster, their owners might be chilling at the Asphodel, sipping drinks and swapping stories. I want to see if I can identify them and return their belongings to their families. Now that I'm here, I can't just leave it be. Thank goodness it was you Daemons that broke in today. If it had been ordinary folks, they might have ended up just like them.
Daemons?
Those Charons who've undergone an awakening and gained special powers like us. How come you're as clueless as a newly hatched quail? I bet even that little white button mushroom beside you is more informed.
Of course! Snow's really smart! Wait, what did you just call me? How rude!
That's not rude, I'm just being honest. My heart is as genuine as this Crystallo.
I won't descend to arguing with small potatoes like you. Come here, my little minion. Let this Demon King enlighten you. Simply put, awakening is a stage of growth every Charon goes through, usually around adulthood. During awakening, their body emits a very bright light. You must have some memory of it. After awakening, some Charons become much stronger, like you, and gain the ability to use special magic. They are called daemons.
It was that moment. No wonder I felt lighter than before, and my wounds must have healed around that time too. As for my magic ability, could it be resonance?
Daemons are rare, so you guys are lucky ducks. Most Charons aren't so lucky. At best, they only get a bit sturdier. It's said that some may even turn into scary monsters, though I've never seen it myself.
The button mushroom covers about most of it. Ordinary Charons might be able to handle small Filthoids if they give it their best shot. But huge ones, like the one we just fought, are deadly for them.
They were just trying to complete a commission.
No. They were just trying to survive. Well, off you go. I'll handle the rest here. I'll be back a bit late. Might miss the Asphodel's closing time. Come and find me at my place. It's among those shabby houses south of the city. The one with the little bird drawn on the door. And come alone. Don't bring anyone unrelated.
Looks like there's a path over there. Let's get out of here. This place gives me the creeps. Wait, when he said anyone unrelated, he wasn't talking about me, was he?
feels different than the one we passed through earlier. Almost as if it's been hand-dug by someone.
Yeah, there are even pickaxes lying around here. Looks like other adventurers have been here before us. You okay, Psyche? You look pale, and you've been awfully quiet for a while.
Have I? Guess I'm still reeling from that monster. I keep wondering if it could have once been...
Relax. We're right here with you. That up? Cider said that my little minion is a strong daemon, right? So even if 10 more Filthoids came at us, they'd be no match for her.
Cut it out. I'm nearly spent, and Psyche was just bluffing. I'm just relieved you're both safe. Maybe I shouldn't have involved you two in such a dangerous event. No, not at all. I'm really happy that I took part in such an adventure. I never thought I'd get out of town with friends, explore unknown places, get in trouble, and fight evil enemies together. Now that I think about it, it all feels so unreal. Like living a daydream.
See? Psyche agrees with me.
Oh. Sorry.
Isn't that Henrik over there? What's he doing here?
Psyche, come here.
Mr. Henrik!
You should have stayed at the Hypnos house, instead of fooling around with this sketchy brat. You don't know her backstory, and she really doesn't know you that well. Now, where have you been?
Glevum pit. I wanted to help find the Crystalo of Stella.
Forget the Crystalo. Remember what I said on your first day at the Hypnos house.
Don't wander off, and inform me first if you need to go somewhere.
So you do remember. Before making any decisions, think about what I've told you, and why your parents left you in my care. If anything happens that messes things up, or if people start asking questions, you know what's at stake.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Henrik.
You're a good kid. Just don't let this ever happen again. As for you... tend your own garden, and don't drag irrelevant people into your business. It's better for everyone.
She is not your daughter. Even if she were, you shouldn't deprive her of such simple freedoms. Do you know how happy she was during our little trip?
That's my problem. For you, the thing to worry about should be where to crash after tonight. By morning, I expect you to move out. Let's go home, Psyche.
That Henrik always knows how to rile people up.
I just hope he won't be too harsh on Psyche. As for whether this is my last night in that house, I need to talk to Outsider.
You two are gonna have that secret little talk without me, huh? That Outsider is such a pest. Like I care. Off you go. I'm gonna go chill out at the Asphodel.
Nightingale, broken wings, you can weep, you can sleep. Nightingale, rise above, you will free, you will see. Little Nightingale, look! Your magician has returned. Outsider! You're home so late today. Where have you been adventuring? Was it in the dense woods where snow wolves prowl? Or the swamp witch's tower?
I didn't go anywhere. Today is Miss Fina's birthday, so I stayed in Icelake.
You always say so. Yet new scars keep appearing on your arms.
But this time it's true. Look, I went out today to get this for you.
Is this a cake? But there aren't any cake shops in the neighborhood.
I have my ways. You know, I am a magician of extraordinary wisdom. Moreover, I have something else to show you. Close your eyes and count down from 5 to 1.
Stars. Twinkling, shining stars. You read the story I wrote, didn't you? The nightingale yearned for the sky, but it was ever so dark. If only I could see the stars once, she wished silently, even but for a fleeting moment. Nights in Icelake are always so misty, so you conjured up a starry sky. Thank you, Outsider. You are the greatest magician.
Ahem. Seems your castle has a visitor. I'll go have a look. Hey, you're here. Come on in.
Who is this lady?
A new friend of mine. Sort of.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Fina, Outsider's sister.
Are you all right? I'll get you some warm water.
It's okay, I'm fine. Just happy to have a friend of Outsider's over. Would you like to join our tea party? We'll have sweet cake. A tea party?
It's just water. Don't get hung up on the details. Just play along.
What's wrong, miss?
Nothing. It's just that the cake is quite sweet, which reminds me of My family. She used to season food with lots of sugar. The island we grew up on had plenty of fish and salt, but sugar was a rarity. So when we were little, we never really got to have any. She's only a few years older than me, but from a young age, she began working as a helper for the neighboring fishermen. One time, that fisherman somehow got his hands on some Imperial supplies, including 2 jars of sugar, and she traded half a month's wages for 1 small jar. It was the first time she got hold of any sugar, and she didn't know how to use it. Simply knowing that it was something valuable and delicious, she poured it all into the fish stew. By the time we grew up and started earning more, sugar wasn't such a luxury anymore. But whenever she cooked, she'd still add a lot of sugar out of habit.
Goodness, that sounds horrible. I can almost smell that fishy, sickly, sweet odor. She owes you an apology. Or at the very least, she owes the sugar and the fish an apology.
No, outsider, you're missing the point of the story. I believe that lady who always used a lot of sugar was also a great magician. So, in our guest's eyes, everything related to her was wonderful, even the unbearably sweet meals.
Okay, whatever Fina says. So where is that girl now? Perhaps you can bring her some cake. Let her know what normal sweets taste like.
We got separated and lost each other yesterday. Or maybe longer ago. I'm not sure.
Then you must find her. Because families like flowers and trees, snow and wind, they should be together no matter what. You have to find her.
Yes, I will. I will find her. So, outsider, I need money for accommodation, information gathering, and some extra set aside in case I need to set off right away to find my family.
Time for bed, Fina. I have other matters to discuss with our guest. Phoxhunter stuff.
Okay, good night then. Good night to you both.
Down to business. I mean, about what happened at the pit today. Sorry that I took your Crystallo. I had to do that so we could talk in private here. Nah, she's fine. That little button mushroom's full of hot air, but she understands what's important. It's that girl in green I have reservations about. I've seen her going in and out of Hypnos' house. I don't know if she's just a regular lodger or some kind of assistant to Henrik Ethelred. I'll cut to the chase. I don't trust Henrik Ethelred. I suspect he's up to something shady.
Something shady? Like what?
Do you know anything about the Crystallo of Stella, the stuff he's after? They're beautiful rocks that were popular for their looks, but that's not the whole story. In some countries, they're used for medicinal purposes. 18 years ago in Phoxhunter province, there was a serious case of medical negligence involving Crystallo of Stella, throwing half the city into chaos. That's when they slapped a ban on Crystallo trading. That's not the half of it. How many folks on the streets of Icelake can truly claim clean hands? What really gets me are the rumors about Hypnos' house. People in the neighborhood say that Henrik and his lodgers are a weird bunch. They keep to themselves, and though they call it an inn, Henrik's the one picking who stays. Some have peeked inside. The lodgers there are all young people under 20. Stranger still, you see them go in but never out. No one knows where those young lodgers end up.
Yes, I've heard some haunted house rumors as well. Makes you wonder. But speaking of which, how did you get onto this?
There's this Phoxhunter boy I used to work with named Hunt. He went missing a month ago, last seen by the scrap picker girl, right outside the Hypnos house. A couple of days ago, I went over there and ended up in a blazing row with Henrik. Even with a dagger to his throat, he kept quiet about Hunt. He just stood there, sneering. You know quite well what would happen to a Charon harming a human. I know you have a sister. Better stay out of it for her sake. Damn it, I really want to throw him into the lamenting lake. Anyway, I must find out what happened to Hunt and what Henrik is really up to. It's not just for Hunt. I do this mostly for Fina. I don't want to see anyone I care about living in fear anymore.
In that case, I'm worried about someone too. I mean Psyche, the girl in green you mentioned. If Henrik is up to something evil, I'm worried that he might harm her. She's too kind to do anything bad. I trust my instincts.
Good. We have a common cause then. I was going to get the Crystalophile from the pit, then use it as an excuse to apologize to Henrik and take a look inside the inn. I thought no one would take the job, so I went off to sort out a cake first. Didn't expect you newbies to throw a curveball. How about we strike a deal? I can get you something that you really need. An identity. A pass that allows you to move freely in Hyperborea, except for the inner city behind the watchtowers, which is reserved for the high and mighty. Many are willing to offer you money, but few would risk their lives to get you this. Just a guess. So you really don't have a travel permit, huh? Lucky you ran into me. Without one, you'd be in a world of trouble in Hyperborea. Unless you choose to hide in a shadowy corner all day.
He's fishing for information.
There are things in this city that money can't buy. Especially those that could land you in hot water. What you need is the invisible thread of connections between people.
Without a travel permit, it's indeed difficult to get around in Hyperborea. So, what's the catch? Give you the Crystalophile?
No, you can have it. And you can trade it with Henrik for silver coins if you want. All I need from you is find a way to get in there and investigate the Hypnos house. You're not one of the locals, so he might not be on his guard as much. You have a bigger chance to actually find something.
Trade a little snooping for a travel permit? I think I can handle that.
It sounds easy, but you should be careful. Meet me here at 12 tomorrow with anything you've found.
much has happened today. Can you see the moon from where you are? The very same moon that I'm looking at? Tomorrow, we shall still be brave and live on. It's dawn. Time to head to the Hypnos house. It's me.
What are you doing here? Didn't I ask you to leave in the morning?
I've got what you were looking for. The Crystalophile of Stella.
No one asked for you to come here. Go to the asphodel and give it to Camilla Scarlet.
I'm not from here. I'm not familiar with Icelake's ways. Where I come from, a deal means cash in one hand, goods in the other. If you're not interested, Mr. Henrik, I might just go looking for another buyer.
Come on in. Got the Crystalo with you? I'll need to check it in my office. You stay here. No snooping around. Understood?
See? A little flower pinned in your hair would really make you look good.
Psyche!
What are you doing here? Does Mr. Henrik know about this? Oh, please come with me. Could you wait here for a moment, Elisa? I'll be right back. Henrik doesn't allow outsiders to come in, and you two got off on the wrong foot back then. If he sees you... You're here for the lodging stuff, aren't you? Don't worry. Just hide here for a bit. I'll talk to Mr. Henrik again. He'll surely let you stay for a few more days. Ah, really? That's great! But that man is so... domineering. How did you make that happen? Really? I wouldn't have pegged Mr. Outsider as someone so sensitive.
He's a bit different than his brash exterior suggests. Anyway.
Yes. Everyone's recovering from some conditions here. Me included.
Are you doing okay? You didn't tell me you were sick.
It's just a minor ailment. I was even strong enough to explore the pit with you, remember? Don't worry about me.
I'm glad you're okay. So, all the lodgers at the Hypnos house suffer from some kind of illness. I've got off on the wrong foot with Mr. Henrik, so I'm looking to make amends with him. If If there's a chance, I'd like to visit him in the future.
Really? Mr. Henrik is almost always at home. You're welcome to visit any time, if he says it's okay. If you'd be willing to come here and share stories about your hometown, the South, the ocean, all those places we've never been, everyone here would be thrilled.
Henrik is almost always here, which means this place is under his watch most of the time. Mr. Henrik seemed quite upset last night. He didn't give you a hard time, did he?
No, I'm fine. Mr. Henrik is just a bit inarticulate. After all, he spends most of his time alone in his office doing research. Hardly ever talks to anyone.
Good to hear that. Speaking of which, do you know what kind of research he's doing in there?
I don't know. Sorry.
That's all right. I was just curious. Psyche is withholding something. Must be on Henrik's demand. Better not push her. Mr. Henrik should be out any minute now. I better go downstairs.
You're leaving already? Here, take these cakes with you. They'll keep you going when you're hungry. Oh, just a moment. And take this too. Mum always said that carrying a flower brings good luck.
Time to collect some intel downstairs. The office door is old, yet spotless and polished. The doorknob won't budge an inch. Clearly it's been locked from the inside.
Don't touch that door! The office is off limits. No one but Mr. Henrik Ethelred is allowed inside. No need for unnecessary curiosity. There's nothing interesting there. Only misfortune. Cleaning, dusting. Every day, every shelf, every door. Everything gets wiped down. You don't get it. It's a habit. Filling life with regular tasks. That's what habit is. Like how I clean here daily. Or how Psyche waters her flowers twice a day. Habit fills the void inside.
He seems quite disciplined. Probably a good role model for me.
Mr. Henrik? He does have some habits. Let me see. When peeling apples, the peel mustn't break. The number of steps from the bathroom to the office has to be even. Every month, he goes out at precisely 8 p.m. on the 20th, then returns to double-check the door lock 3 times. These habits are quite personal, though. I doubt they'd offer much for you to learn from.
So, Henrik regularly gets out of the house at 8 p.m. on the 20th every month.
Not only did you leave me, but even the pocket watch you gave me has stopped. It's all right. We'll meet again very soon, Hunt. Huh? Who are you? I haven't seen you before. Are you from the outside? Were you eavesdropping? I don't know. I don't know anything. Please, stay away from me, or I'll scream!
Outsider was right. Hunt, the missing Phoxhunter, used to live here. But the lodgers here are tight-lipped about his whereabouts.
Phoxhunter, I've checked it. The Crystalophile is authentic, and its purity matches the small sample I had before. Good job. Here you go. 3,000 silver coins, and this signed receipt. Bring it to Miss Camilla and she'll give you the guarantee of 1,000 silver coins. And this necklace. It's worth far more than 1,000 silver coins. You're free to sell it or pawn it.
You can keep the necklace, Mr. Henrik. I'll waive the rest of the commission if you could allow me to stay a bit longer at your place. I can see this necklace means a lot to you, so I'd rather not take it. Besides, your place is roomy and has a great view, so I'd like to stay a bit longer.
I rarely say this, but thank you.
Though I couldn't get into the office, I've managed to gather some useful intel. Time to see Outsider.
How did the investigation go?
Couldn't get to the bottom of his story, but I did make some discoveries.
So, it's actually a sanatorium. What's there to hide about that? I mean, it's true that Karens lead hard lives, but seeking medical help isn't forbidden.
Right. I also learned that someone there knew your missing friend, Hunt. Was he ill?
Hunt was quite healthy before he disappeared. So, what illnesses do those lodgers have?
No idea. They refuse to talk. Or more likely, Henrik forbids them to.
Is Henrik targeting the sick? That's even more disturbing. I'm gonna have to add extra locks and remind Fina to lock the door all the time. Anyway, what exactly happened to Hunt?
That's Henrik's office. The lodgers say it's off limits. Nobody but Henrik himself can get in. The door is securely locked and watched. Plus, Henrik himself is in there. I didn't want to be hasty.
Smart decision. If Henrik lost it, who knows what might happen.
But the locked door isn't the only entrance to that room. When I left, I scoped out the house. It appears the room connects to the chimney on the roof.
That's impressive. I'm glad I found you to team up with. So, we just need to find a time when Henrik isn't around.
I chatted with the lodgers there and dug out some intel. Henrik has a peculiar routine. He always leaves the house at 8 p.m. on the 20th of every month.
Great. That's our window of opportunity to investigate him. We need to figure out how to secretly follow him. Or sneak into the Hypnos house. So, here's our plan. On the 20th of this month, while Henrik is out, we'll try and get into the locked office through the chimney. That room is exclusive to Henrik, so we won't be noticed. You're quite sharp. I'm even considering a long-term partnership with you. Oh, I've been meaning to ask. Since you took down that monster in the pit, you must be pretty skilled in physical combat, right?
I wasn't particularly strong, but I've been stepping up my game lately.
All right. Over the next few days, let me teach you some fighting skills. It's always good to be prepared. We'll start tomorrow then. And hey, next time you run into Camilla, let her know we've teamed up for now. It'll make our partnership seem legit.
It's still early. Maybe I can go to the Asphodel and see if there's any new commissions to take on. Also, Psyche seems a bit lonely. Maybe I should try to make some time for her before leaving Icelake.
I'm so excited. I finally get to fight with you.
The Forsaken have set up a dangerous bomb here. If we don't destroy it, everyone's lives will be in grave danger. The client mentioned 3 members from the Forsakens are behind this explosion. I'll let you know if I find him. Taking him down before breaking Supreme Glory's detonator should smooth things over for the mission. Watch out! The enemy's about to call for backup. Things will get sticky if we don't nip this in the bud. Found one of the soldiers of the Forsakens! The client asked us to prevent Supreme Glory from blowing up, so taking down these soldiers should work in our favor. Let's go!
Load them away. Blossom like flowers.
One down! I found a letter on him. Got it! The other 2 members of the Forsaken are probably in the area that I marked.
Burn in the sunshine.
Supreme Glory's detonator is exposed! Time to wreck it! Jeez, it's not like we planted this bomb. How come all enemies are coming at us?
Break free from the cocoon.
It's dismantled! Time to run! The client said the faster we get back, the more generous our reward will be!
This journey will be etched in my heart forever.
Chief Sibylle! There's a piece of bad news, and another that might be considered bad as well.
Let's hear the worst one first.
The unit left on Purgatorio Island has been searching the area for 3 days, but they've yet to find any trace of that girl who was with Number 0. We searched the nearby waters immediately after she fell off the cliff. Theoretically speaking, she shouldn't have drifted far. Unless... Unless someone rescued her.
Continue investigating the residents on nearby islands. Leave no suspect or witness unchecked.
Already on it, and we're expanding the search area. But if I may ask, if we do find her, the host of Resonance, what's your plan for it, Chief? As far as I'm aware, unlike Number 0, Hyperborea can't effectively harness this power. It might even backfire. After all, Resonance is capable of affecting all daemons in ideal conditions.
This power can vanish, but must never end up outside Imperial control. Now, what's the other bad news?
It's about the other matter you've asked me to investigate, Chief. During the search on a deserted island, I encountered some villagers who had fled there by boat. And then we discovered something quite intriguing. It's as if you were tasting a bowl of ordinary thick soup, only to find the spoon you had just used turned from shiny silver to a dreadful black.
Cut the fancy talk. Get to the point.
Ah, yes, Chief. That intriguing thing is a tiny time discrepancy. The villagers told me that the Filthoids of Purgatorio Island always lived in the mountains, without much aggression. But 2 days before our arrival, they suddenly went berserk and started attacking the villagers.
2 days before our arrival.
It appears you've already figured it out, Chief. Quite a coincidence, isn't it? Due to a last-minute change of plan, we arrived 2 days later than initially scheduled. The only force capable of manipulating Filthoids is the Forsakens.
Whoever it is, the 13th Legion has been compromised by unwelcome elements. After all these years, those worms have started wriggling again. It's time for a thorough extermination.
I gotta give that thing a little tweak. It's still early, so why don't you do some casual practice on those beasts nearby? Just don't wander too far. Button Mushroom is in town keeping watch for us. I've already set up some traps. They may look like junk, they're made from scrap after all, but they work quite well. Be careful with them though. They aren't made of the sturdiest materials and might break if you step on them.
These things on the ground must be outsiders' traps. This is really something. I didn't know Outsider had such a knack for this. Sorry. Burn in the sunshine. What's going on here?
Well, I made a bit of noise while tweaking that thing and these little critters just came at me. Come on, my friend. Help me out here.
Serves you right. Fine.
Not bad. You've improved a lot these past few days. Still, there's more to learn. For example, with larger beasts and filthoids, they're fast, but clumsy. So you can stand in front of something solid like a wall or a tree and provoke it to charge at you. Then, dodge its charge to let it knock itself out. Naturally. It's a trick I picked up growing up tough. It's the same with these enemies. An enraged person isn't much different from a beast. Alright, those random critters weren't much of a challenge for you. Now let's find you a worthy opponent.
What's this? Is it your voice howling in there?
A piece of scrap metal I picked up from the scavenger girl. It's tougher than it looks, and those filthoids can't easily smash it. I stuck a loudspeaker inside to lure them. Ah, look, here they come.
Filthoids!
Just think of this noisy piece of scrap as someone you want to protect, and these filthoids are baddies after her. Try to keep it safe. Make sure it doesn't get banged up from filthoid attacks.
But I'm not ready!
Well, we Phoxhunters are always dealing with unexpected situations. Don't panic. I've got your back.
I knew you'd bring me along.
I wish my journey wouldn't end so soon.
Those who harm you will be shown no quarter.
Break free from the cocoon.
broke.
Well, it is made from scrap after all. I was surprised it would work.
Those who harm me will show no quarter.
Sorry.
Decay or burn in the sunshine.
Those who harm me will show no quarter.
There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. You possess the power of resonance, don't you? Be cautious with that power, especially around anyone from the Legion.
The power of resonance? Never heard of it.
Don't play dumb. Back in the pit, I felt something trying to guide my actions. It reminded me of the legendary resonance. Only it was much subtler, barely noticeable. Neither of the two girls were daemons, so it had to be you. I've grown even more certain of it just now. It's mostly tavern talk, really. They say that years ago there was this fellow in Hyperborea who had it. Your power, though much weaker, is very similar to that legendary power of resonance.
So you're saying resonance is a sort of power that can guide people's actions?
Yes, or to put it more bluntly, it can control people. Haven't you noticed? Your magic can affect the daemons around you, enhancing their powers. Sometimes even manipulating them to act on your whims. Of course, you're not there yet. Your power's still waking up.
Control other people? Could it have been from that time with Barry?
You bet it is. That's why I'd advise keeping it under wraps in public to avoid any trouble. I mean, the last person with that power turned the whole empire upside down and ended up with a noose around their neck in Dysmania Square. Well, the sun's setting. Time to head back. We've got a tough fight lined up tonight. I've been meaning to ask, what do your parents do?
Why do you ask?
Because the power of resonance is quite special, isn't it? The magical abilities among Karens often relate to their bloodline. Who knows? You might be from some prestigious background.
Truth is, I don't know. It's always been just Barry and me since my earliest memories. I don't remember any other family members.
Ah, I see. Hey. If you ever find out you're actually some princess or duke's secret love child, don't forget about this poor old friend of yours, all right?